General Hospital. Did Portia play dirty? Who rigged Heather's blood test? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers hint Portia Robinson could be the reason that Heather Weber's blood test came back wonky, or it might be another factor in play. There's a rat in the lab, but who did the dirty deed? Rick Lansing is on the case with a little help from Elizabeth Weber, so Portia, or someone else, might wind up losing their job over this stunt. The red flags might point to the wrong person after Dr. Terry Randolph made a scandalous rehire on GH. General Hospital spoilers. Portia Robinson looks guilty. General Hospital spoilers recall that during Drew Cornermain's campaign event, Curtis Ashford overheard his wife Portia, Brooke Care, on the phone. She was calling the lab to check on Heather Weber's, Allie Mills, blood test. When Curtis asked about it, Portia told him Heather was out of Pentonville and at GH for a blood draw. It's for her lawsuit that Scott Baldwin, Ken Schreiner, was handling. We saw Portia upset on GH when she found out Heather got a new shark on her side. Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, replaced Scotty as Heather's lawyer, and he's ruthless. Portia insisted she do Heather's blood draw. Then, when she was back at the nurse's station, she stared intently at that blood vial. I suspected then that Portia tampered with the test, but now wonder if that was a red herring on General Hospital. Recap for the week saw Rick telling Heather bad news. Her case is dead in the water, both civil and her criminal conviction appeal. GH spoilers. Heather Weber's wonky test results intrigue Rick. GH spoilers for this past week confirmed Rick telling Heather the blood work shows her cobalt level hasn't changed post-surgery. They needed to see lower cobalt levels to proceed. He says her hip implant didn't cause her to kill those people. It was just her being bad. But he listened closely on General Hospital as Heather Weber insisted that can't be true. She feels totally different now. She's remorseful and can't fathom why she did those hook killings. Heather seems very sincere. The tipping point for Rick was when Heather offered him genuine condolences on the recent loss of his first grandchild, the baby that Molly Lansing, Haley Pullas, and TJ Ashford, Tatch Bello, lost was family to him. Heather might be one of the very few people who have sympathized with him over losing his granddaughter. That's what led him to dig deeper and run back to General Hospital to talk to Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst. Rick showed her two sets of test results for Heather. One from the GA lab showed that Heather's cobalt levels hadn't changed. The other, from an independent lab, showed a drastically different result. Liz immediately noticed something was off, confirming Rick's suspicion. General Hospital. Portia looks bad, but is Brad Cooper to blame? General Hospital showed this chain of events. Portia drew the blood, and the lab ran the test. The independent lab either got a blood sample from Heather at Pentonville, or Portia took one sample and someone from the independent lab took another. These drastically different results from two labs tripped up the plan. But was it Portia Robinson's plan? Or was it someone else's? Or was it a conspiracy to keep Heather Weber behind bars on GH? A month ago, Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, returned to GH, asking Co-Chief of Staff Terry Randolph, Cassandra James, for his lab tech job back. They rehashed his bad deeds, and Terry said she'd think about it. Then, in this week's General Hospital spoilers promo for Monday the 23rd, there's a scene of Portia confronting Terry about rehiring Brad. So that's interesting because it could mean Portia Robinson isn't the test rigger. It could be Brad, and he'd have good reason for doing so. Heather Weber killed his best friend Britt Westburn, Kelly Thiebaud. She was one of the last hook killer victims. No way would Brad want Heather going free. He might have even sought the job to prevent it. As of now, Portia Robinson looks guilty since she did the draw. And she's the mother of one of Heather's intended victims, Trina Robinson, Tabiana Alley. That fact alone means Portia should have never been alone with Heather. Portia is terrified Heather is still a danger to Trina and will get out of prison to come after her again. In the end, Rick has to do what's best for his client. That's to expose that someone at G8 compromised their integrity and test tampered. But was it Brad or Portia Robinson? The long-running soap opera General Hospital has built a reputation over the years for its compelling twists, high-stakes drama, and intricate web of relationships, intrigue, and shocking betrayals. One storyline that has been captivating viewers recently is the ongoing mystery surrounding Heather Weber's blood, the suspicion surrounding Portia Robinson. Did Portia play dirty, or is someone else at the heart of this sinister plot? As viewers eagerly await the next reveal, many are left wondering, who really rigged Heather's blood test, and what were the motivations behind it? Let's dive deep into the intricate details of this plot, the possible suspects, and the implications for all involved. The setup: Heather Weber's blood test and the bombshell reveal. At the center of the drama is Heather Weber, a character notorious for her involvement in numerous criminal activities, psychological manipulation, and twisted motives. Heather has been a significant figure in the General Hospital universe for years, and her return to the storyline has stirred up long-forgotten animosities and complicated relationships. The blood test in question pertains to a recent revelation that could dramatically alter the lives of several key players in Port Charles. Heather's paternity has been in question for quite some time, as the identity of her biological child has been clouded in mystery. As is typical in the world of General Hospital, things are never as simple as they first appear. In a shocking twist, it was revealed that a test had been run to determine the true paternity of Heather's child, potentially exposing deep secrets that were meant to stay buried. However, his test wasn't as straightforward as it should have been. The results were tampered with, and many are now left questioning who had the motive and the means to manipulate the situation. Portia Robinson, the suspected manipulator. Portia Robinson has been a beloved character on the show, known for her intelligence, compassionate nature, and sense of duty as a doctor. As a member of Port Charles' medical community, Portia holds a position of trust. However, the stakes surrounding the tampering of Heather Weber's blood test could implicate Portia in something far darker than anyone could have anticipated. A motivated Portia. Portia is not a character we typically associate with manipulation and deceit. She's been portrayed as someone who values integrity, particularly in her role as a medical professional. However, as the plot surrounding Heather's blood test unfolds, it becomes clear that Portia has more to lose than she's willing to admit. Portia's life is already complicated, with her involvement in the tangled web of relationships, particularly with her daughter Trina Robinson, and her romantic entanglements with Curtis Ashford. With her career and personal life on the line, it would not be surprising if Portia, in an extreme moment of desperation, resorted to underhanded tactics to achieve a desired outcome. There are several possible motivations for Portia to get involved in this scandal. One of the most significant reasons could be her intense desire to protect her daughter, Trina. Trina's paternity has been a key point of contention on General Hospital, with Trina recently discovering that she might not be who she thought she was. If the rigging of Heather's blood test was done to further obscure Trina's true parentage, Portia might have felt that tampering with the results was the only way to safeguard Trina's future and reputation. Another potential motivation is Portia's desire to protect her own standing within the Port Charles community. As a respected doctor, her career and reputation are everything to her. If Heather's test results were to expose an unexpected family connection or reveal any other embarrassing truth, Portia might have felt cornered and pushed to go to extreme lengths to prevent the truth from coming out. But could Portia really have gone so far as to sabotage the blood test? And more importantly, what would she have hoped to gain by doing so? Who else could be involved? While Portia remains a key suspect, General Hospital is known for its twists and turns, and several other characters may be involved in rigging Heather Weber's blood test. As with any soap opera, things are rarely as simple as they first appear. Let's explore other potential suspects who might have had the means and the motive to tamper with the test. Heather Weber, the mastermind? It might seem almost too obvious, but could Heather herself be behind the rigging of the blood test? As one of the most manipulative and cunning characters in General Hospital's history, Heather has shown time and again that she's not above using deceitful tactics to achieve her goals. With her history of psychological manipulation and criminal activity, it would not be surprising if Heather were the mastermind behind the tampered test. Heather's motivations for manipulating the blood test could be rooted in her desire to regain control of her life. She spent years as an outcast and has endured significant loss, including her relationship with her son. To discover that her blood test results were the key to unlocking a family secret or reuniting with her estranged son, she might have gone to extreme lengths to manipulate the outcome. However, while Heather's devious nature makes her a possible suspect, the timing of the test suggests that someone with access to medical resources may have played a significant role in manipulating the results. This brings us back to the idea that a medical professional might have been involved. Elizabeth Weber, a dark secret. Another possible suspect in the plot to rig Heather's blood test is Elizabeth Weber, Heather's own daughter. Elizabeth's relationship with her mother has been strained for years, and as the two women remain tangled in a web of unresolved trauma and family secrets, it's possible that Elizabeth might have had a hand in manipulating the test results for her own reasons. Elizabeth's motivations could be deeply personal. She may have discovered a dark secret about Heather's past and feared that the truth could destroy her and her family. If Elizabeth was concerned about what the test might reveal, she could have taken matters into her own hands to protect herself and her loved ones. At the same time, Elizabeth has always tried to be the moral center of the family, so it's hard to believe she would willingly engage in this type of manipulation without a very good reason. But in the world of Port Charles, where family loyalty is everything, it's not impossible that Elizabeth could have crossed a moral line to protect herself and her loved ones. Nicholas Cassadine. A hidden agenda? There's always the possibility that Nicholas Cassadine, the scheming and power-hungry Cassadine heir, could be involved in this web of manipulation. Nicholas has a history of being involved in shady dealings, and as a key player in the Port Charles power struggle, he is always looking for ways to secure his own position. If the blood test had the potential to reveal a secret about his family's connection to Heather, it's plausible that Nicholas would be motivated to manipulate the results to maintain control over his empire. Nicholas has frequently found himself caught between loyalty to his family and his own ambitions, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he could have orchestrated the tampering to suit his own needs. However, as with Elizabeth, Nicholas' involvement in the test manipulation would depend heavily on what the test results were supposed to reveal. The implications of a rigged blood test. If it turns out that the blood test was, indeed, rigged, the consequences for Port Charles could be devastating. For one, it would shatter the public trust in the medical community, with devastating effects on Portia's career and reputation. If Portia were directly responsible for the tampering, she could lose her medical license and face legal ramifications, as well as significant personal fallout, particularly with her daughter Trina. Beyond Portia, the entire community of Port Charles would be affected. If the test results were meant to conceal a shocking family connection or expose a hidden truth, the revelation of the truth could have far-reaching consequences for several characters. The web of secrets, lies, and manipulations that has been spun over the years could come crashing down, leading to broken relationships, lost trust, and even criminal charges. Conclusion: who rigged Heather's blood test? The question of who rigged Heather's blood test remains one of the most intriguing mysteries currently playing out on General Hospital. While Portia Robinson remains a key suspect, the involvement of other characters, like Heather, Elizabeth, or even Nicholas, cannot be discounted. Each of these characters has their own set of motives, and the true mastermind behind the tampering could be someone none of us expect. As the plot continues to unfold, viewers will have to stay on the edge of their seats, waiting for the next shocking twist in this increasingly complex storyline. Whether Portia played dirty or if another character is behind the manipulation, one thing is certain. In Port Charles, no one is ever truly safe from the secrets, lies, and betrayals that constantly threaten to tear their lives apart.